All right, if you're just joining, you're welcome. Welcome to today's episode. This is the second season of our fertility discussion. And this season, we're discussing why are you not pregnant? And today is the fourth episode. So if you have missed any of the episodes, don't worry, you're in luck. Just search my name on YouTube, Dr. Godwin EMB, right? Search it, then you'll see the previous episodes. Yesterday's episode is there right now, right? So you want to catch up on what we have discussed. And it's gonna bless you, I tell you. It's gonna bless you. So you want to take advantage, right? So today is episode 4, and we want to talk about when the word relax is a bad advice for those that are trying to conceive. When does it become a bad advice? Hello, Ewa Day, I see you. Good evening. You're welcome. So that's what we want to talk about today. That's relax, the word relax, when it becomes a bad advice, right? Now that is a sentence that sounds so kind, but it can hurt you, right? Just relax. For those who are trying to conceive, maybe 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and maybe family and friends, you've complained to family and friends, colleagues, and all that. What do they say? Just relax, right? So we're going to look at it when the word relax is a bad advice for those that are trying to conceive. So who is ready for today's discussion? If you're just joining, you're welcome. Just tap on your screen. That is the most important currency, right? So tap on your screen, share the live, so that those who are trying to conceive would have the opportunity to see and come and learn something, right? Come and learn. Thank you for the follow, Michelle. I see you. All right. So just relax, right? That's what we're discussing today. So, and that is one phrase that is common among those people who are trying to conceive, and they've been trying for a very long time. You've heard the word just relax. God will do it. God's time is the best, right? It will happen when it will happen. Is that not so? Hey, Janet. Janet is here. Good to see you, Janet. All right. So you know that phrase, just relax. It is often said with good intention. Truly, people that tell you that make that statement to you is actually with good intention by family members, by your friends, even by health workers. I say that a lot myself, right? Why do we say so, right? But regardless of why they are saying so, you need to understand, for someone that is trying to conceive, this sentence can feel dismissive. Why? Because they've been trying for only God knows how long, and the only thing they can get is just relax. It sounds dismissive, sometimes invalidating, and what I can tell you is biologically inaccurate to say so, right? Because while stress matters, right? We say everything about things we said about stress, how it affects your fertility. Yes, we know. Relaxation alone, right, can never correct blocked tubes. Thank you. Right? So if you ask the person to relax, it's not enough to correct blocked tubes. It's not enough to correct poor sperm quality. It's not enough to solve the anovulation problem or even endometriosis. So should she continue to relax where she doesn't know which of these is the problem, right? And that is why relax can be a bad advice. No, don't relax. Don't relax. I'm talking to those that are trying to conceive. So, but again, why do people say relax in the first place? right? Family, friends, co-workers. Why do they tell you relax? And the reason is very simple. Many of us, including yours truly, right? We really don't know what else to tell you, right? We want to sympathize with you, right? We want to feel your pain, but we just don't know what else to tell you. So what do we say? Just relax, right? We're trying to remove the pressure from you. And of course, every one of us must have heard testimonies of miracles that have happened with somebody else in your shoe. So what do we say? Just relax. And we misunderstand the role of stress in fertility, right? And if you've been following me for some time, you are up to speed to some extent, right? So the problem is not the intention with which you are told, but the problem is how the word just relax has oversimplified your problem, right? That is why today let's look at what the science actually say about stress and fertility. So let's look at the place of stress, the science of stress and fertility. Who is ready for tonight's discussion? Talk to me in the comment section. If you're ready, just type ready. Let's begin our discussion. And for those who are just coming, make sure you're following me. You tap on the screen and share the live, right? And it will be smart to drop a heart in me. Join the fan club. That's one. Number two, if you've missed the previous episodes, you are in luck. All you need to do, go to YouTube, search my name, Dr. Godwin EMB. All the previous episodes. This is episode 4. So the 1, 2, 3 is already there. You want to watch it and make sure you subscribe to me, right? So that's just what I need from you. Subscribe, right? So are we ready? Yes, we're ready. Let's look at the science. What the science say about stress and fertility, right? I speak to people that are trying to conceive every day. So I understand your pain. I understand your limitation. And that is why we have this live stream, to be able to walk you through what is necessary, right? And hopefully you do what we say and come out with a good result like others, right? So that's why we're here. So, first thing first, understand that stress affects the body. Stress affects the body. But not in the popular way that culture suggests, right? So we're going to peel off the layers and see what's going on, right? If you are not writing, you are going to miss some points because I'm going to itemize a lot of stuff today, right? So let's take it one after the other. Chronic stress can do these following things to you. Chronic stress. So you want to write it down. Chronic stress. Chronic stress can do these things to you. Number one, chronic stress can disrupt your ovulation. You know, we live in a day and time where everybody's up and doing one thing or the other. We are stressed one way or the other, physically, emotionally, psychologically, stressed out in our jobs, at home, especially for mothers, working class mothers. You're stressed at work, you're stressed in society, you come back home, you're stressed, right? You're stressed. Your kids are stressing you out. Your husband is stressing you out. Stress everywhere. So this is what stress can do. Stress can disrupt ovulation. Yeah. Stress can affect hormonal signaling, right? So that irregular menstruation that just surface from nowhere, I usually will ask you, what do you do? What do you do? Because I'm trying to understand how your everyday activity or your everyday life is affecting your menstrual cycle. So understand that chronic stress can affect hormonal signaling, right? I've done a lot of discussions on this stress thing, but I'll just stay focused on today's discussion for this topic, right? Stress can reduce libido. Oh, you don't know. I'm telling you, both for men and women, right? Somebody called me one time and said, Doctor, I'm so busy with my job. I've not had sex for 1 year. I said, oh, really? And now, trust women now. The moment women usually adapt to not having it, so they just drift away. I don't think that is healthy for your relationship anyway. But understand that chronic stress affects your libido. The reason why you are feeling the way you are feeling now, you want to remove that stressor, and your activity, whether in your job, your business, or whatever it is you're involved in, is actually a stressor, and it's going to affect your libido, right? When you were still dependent and dodging out of the house to go and meet your boyfriend, you can knock from morning till night. But now you are in your own house doing your own thing. You can't remember the last time you had sex. Why are you like this? Right? Why? Because stress can reduce libido. And for some people, some couples, so maybe the woman or the man will say, I don't understand my wife. When we got married, she was not like this. Or I don't understand my husband. When we got married, was not like this. Well, because the stress level was still down. Now the stress level is going up. So things are changing, right? So chronic stress will reduce libido. Is that okay? For men, chronic stress will affect sperm quality. And there's a detail to that, but I will not go into that detail today. Why? Because when a man is stressed, we are always stressed, especially those that are, when bills pile up and you need to clear out those bills. You will not even remember there is such thing called sex that you need to engage in, right? So when a man is stressed, testosterone level goes down, cortisol goes up. And I've always said that you need to understand cortisol is a stress hormone, and it impedes or negates reproductive hormones, both in men and women. That is why libido will go down for both men and women. So when testosterone drops in men, testosterone is actually responsible for sperm production, right? It's just responsible for sperm production. And if testosterone goes down, libido goes down, and sperm production also crashes. In some social quarters, I've heard the discussion out that, especially young girls, when they discuss, so they would rather want to date a, an older man, rich older man, because those guys, they are not really interested in sex. Who told you they are not interested in sex? They are busy. They are stressed with other things. So you may just be one side chick in one hotel. They don't even think about you until another 1 month. There's no libido for that. So you are just one tiny toy somewhere, until they remember you. Whereas the young guy who is broke, right? The only problem he has is money, is lack of money. But his testosterone level is up. He's ready to go 8 rounds from morning to night. No shaking, right? Why? Because he has not gotten to that stress level yet. So I said all that to say that chronic stress impacts sperm quality in men. Impacts sperm quality. So while you are trying to deal with everything else, what is stress doing to you? What is stress doing to your fertility? Right? And chronic stress would worsen any existing condition that you have, whether it's endometriosis, whether it's adenomyosis, whether it's irregular menstruation, whether regardless of what it is, stress will just worsen it. Right? Who is still here with me? Who is still here? So, but understand that stress is usually not the sole cause of infertility, right? It's not the primary cause, it's not the only cause. What stress does, it reduces uh, your fertility or affects other aspects of your life that influences your fertility, right? But the truth of the matter is, if you remove the stressor and your stress level goes down, the case can be reversed, right? So it's that easy. So what are you doing? If you're trying to conceive, I'm talking to you. What is stressing you? You want to look at. Don't now go home and say, it's my husband that is stressing me. You want to remove him from the picture. No, you cannot do that. because you need him. You need him in this business. Is that my crush? My crush, I see you. Right? So I said that to say, right? Yeah, exactly, Janet, right? Yeah. Because when you put yourself under pressure to try to conceive, that is stress. That's a stressor. So you notice that by the time you remove your mind from leave this thing a beg, before you know, the pregnancy has come. I say, hey, hallelujah. You don't know that you've adjusted a part of you that was causing the problem. That's why when we talk about fertility, now, if you're just joining for the first time, understand that we're not in a hurry to to solve problems, but we want to make sure we systematically and accurately deal with what the real cause of infertility is, so that it will benefit you. Right? Greetings, my crush. I see you. Right? So stress reduction alone does not reverse the structural problem in your infertility situation, right? And it also will not solve the severe biological problems. But stress, once it is removed, its influence on your fertility is reversible. Is that okay? So in the nutshell, stress can contribute, but it's really the root cause of the problem. So one step at a time, we'll take care of stress, right? Take care of stress. Now, what Janet mentioned, is true, but understand that when people remove their mind from actively trying, what they have done, they've unknowingly adjusted to habits or behavior that benefits them in their fertility journey, right? What often happens is that the couple unknowingly improve their timing. They unknowingly, when you are trying to conceive, you want to be very intentional. You say, I want to have sex by this time. Uh, some we unfortunately put pressure on themselves. They know when their ovulation is coming and all that. Unfortunately, again, the stress can actually shift your ovulation, delay it, or seize it completely. So that's why when you remove your mind and stop stressing yourself, things just happen for you effectively, right? So even lifestyle changes happen when people think that I don't want to worry about this thing. They automatically change their lifestyle without knowing, right? And for some, they were already close to conception. They're already close to conception up until the point they say, I'm tired. And they eventually conceive, right? So I said all that to say that relaxation does not create eggs, right? So why you are telling somebody to relax? Relax. Will the relaxation produce egg? No. Will the relaxation repair blocked tubes? No. Will it improve sperm DNA? No. Because while you are relaxing with knowledge. Go and get evaluated. Go and get tested so that you know what you do in time of resting. Good evening, Martha. Now, it is particularly harmful when you tell somebody to relax, because you're actually not telling the person, you're not giving the person any solution, basically, right? Telling someone to relax can mean you are telling them to delay evaluation. Relax, God can do it. I know somebody that's they just stay for a miracle just happen. No, you are giving the person false hope, because I believe that if miracle will happen in your life, miracle happens to those who are knowledgeable, because you cannot exercise faith without knowledge, right? So if your type of religion is the one that encourages you to have faith in ignorance, then that religion has deceived you. There is no faith without knowledge. So make sure as you're exercising faith for conception, you are doing that in the place of knowledge. Is that okay? You're having faith, exercising faith in place of knowledge. And when you are relaxing, when you're advising somebody to relax, you are trying to make them suspend the real concern for medical help. Yeah. And also, it does something to your emotions and all that. It's good. It's good. But again, think of the person you're advising. Go to my first, second, third episode. I said something about some of these things. You'll catch it up there. So let's go back to the gist. Now, let us try to separate what is the difference between stress and fertility anxiety. Yeah. Because fertility related stress is often a result of is often a result of infertility, not the cause of the fertility, right? Fertility related stress can often be triggered by uncertainty and lack of answers, right? And I see such individual every day, right? You just know this person is anxious, and anxiety will not solve the problem. When it comes to trying to conceive, anxiety will not solve the problem. What solves your problem is adequate knowledge. Good evening, Thrift Vendor in Ojodu. You're welcome. Yay! You have put to bed. Congratulations. Congratulations. I'm happy for you. I hope the baby, the mother, and the father are all fine. I hope. Congratulations. So, a very happy congratulations to you and your family. Your bundle of joy has come. Congratulations. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. When did you deliver? Let us know. Is it today? Yesterday? When? When did you deliver? Congratulations. All right. Thanks for your teaching and encouragement. Of course, thank you. That's why I'm here, right? Thank you. Thank you. Last week Friday. Wow. Wow, congratulations. That means naming ceremony is still coming, right? Yeah. All right. So thank you very much for encouraging us with it's tomorrow. The naming is tomorrow. Okay. Thank you very much for encouraging us with your testimony. For that alone, we will not stop doing what we are doing. Right? Thank you. Congratulations. Big congratulations to you. All right. So what was I saying? I was saying that I was talking about stress. Right? I was talking about stress and how it affects your fertility. Stress and how it affects your fertility. Stress become clinically relevant when it disrupts your sleep severely. I ask some people, how much sleep do you have? How much sleep do you get a day? Some will say sleep refuse to come. Right. Of course, when you are severely stressed, sleep will not come. So you just understand that stress become clinically relevant when it's disrupting your sleep severely because you need sleep. When it alters your eating pattern, how often do you eat? Or rather, not how often, how well do you eat? Because we're talking about quality of nutrition, right? When the stress is causing hormonal suppression, and I told you before that if cortisol, stress hormone, goes up, reproductive hormones goes down, and that automatically. What if I'm taking sleeping pills? Why are you taking sleeping pills? Because you want to rest? Why? There must be an indication for taking sleeping pills, right? There must be an indication for that. All right. So if this stress alters your eating pattern, that is a clinical problem. If the stress leads to sexual dysfunction, like I was mentioning earlier, of the individual who have not had intercourse for a very long time. Why? So I'm very busy, and all that. I don't have time. I don't have time. Please, you should have time. You should have time, right? Why? Because if there is no intercourse, how can you conceive? So you must have time, right? Your stress causing sexual dysfunction is a serious problem. So we'll now have to carry you and sit you down for re-counseling. Or do you want to get out of the way for somebody else who is ready and not busy to come in? Is that what you're trying to say? No, you don't. You will not like that. You will not like that, right? And if you are so stressed that your fertility treatment, stress is making you not to adhere to your fertility treatment, that is a serious problem. So in these cases, stress management is actually something that should be done. It may not cure the problem, but it can solve a portion of it. Yeah. Stress management. How stressed are you, and how should we manage your stress? Manage your stress, because stress is affecting your fertility, whether you know it or not. Right? So instead of just staying laid back and say, I will relax, what's going to be is going to be, what goes up must come down, instead of doing that. Is that Mirachi? Mirachi is here. Right? The better thing to do, first you need to understand what's happening to you medically. And that's why we try to do that every day, Monday to Fridays. Right? We take up from the beginning up until the time of pregnancy to help you understand what is really going on with you. Understand it. You may not have the opportunity to get the details, but now you do. So you don't have any excuse to say, I don't know what's going on with me. Right? So understand what's happening to you medically. You go to your doctor. If you still have more concern, come, will tell you. Right? You want to check ovulation and sperm health. Are you ovulating? Are you ovulating? Mr. Tabs is here. Are you ovulating? Right? You also want to support your mental health. You must have healthy mental health alongside the treatment. Of what use is treatment when when your mindset is bad, is poor? Just like saying, oh God, I believe, help my unbelief. Right? So you don't have to approach fertility treatment or fertility blindly. Don't do that. Approach it from the standpoint of knowledge, standpoint of understanding. At least, if you can know what the problem is, that is the beginning of the solution to a fertility challenge. And like I will say, there are some people, very few, who would actually need assisted reproductive technology. At least you now know that is what you need. But if you just sit down there blindly, hoping that what's going to be is going to be, you're not doing yourself any good. You're not doing yourself any good. Right? So that is what you need to understand. Right? So you need to go to the clinic for medical evaluation. Right? Go for medical evaluation, know exactly where your problem is coming from, and if you need to rest, adjust your, go on vacation, right? So don't stop seeking help. And infertility in most cases is, besides the lifestyle and habits and nutrition that is in your hands, the other part is not your fault. Don't blame yourself. Right? So what you want to do, you want to ask the right question. You must be allowed to ask the right question. Seek evaluation. Advocate for yourself, right? Infertility is a medical concern. Stress is human. So deal with your stress, right? Deal with your stress. So I said all that to say, when you hear something like relax, just relax. Relaxation will mean you're not making steps. If you relax, how does it replace or solve the main medical problems like blocked tubes, poor sperm quality, poor egg quality, right? So anyone who truly wants to help you should offer you clarity instead of asking you to relax. So no relaxing, right? So that's what stress will do. Stress will affect you in all these ways I just mentioned, right? All right. So let's talk. Let's talk. Let's bring up everybody.